nothing's going.
Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. We lost internet temporarily.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was.
All right, well,
Can you hear
I
us?
want to. Let me unmute. Okay, yeah, we can be heard on the stream now.
Alrighty, let's get back to it. Sorry about that technical difficulties, but we are back now. Woo!
Hey, welcome. Sorry, everybody. Little hiccup. Nothing too major. Loki. I was just saying, Loki. Roll me 2d6 for your boar to see how much more damage. Oh yeah, that is definitely enough. You see, the boar. Let me get into the lighting layer so I can move this wall, and it sort of just busts this. Whoops! I hit the wrong button. Sorry. It's not the end of your turn yet. You see, like, the board just, like, smashes this door open, and you all can just sort of barely see past the, boar. There's, like, some more figures. And they're just, like, turning in, like, shock at... And, like, you can tell they were heading towards the door.
Oh,
heading towards the door, do you see a giant boar? Uh-oh.
Alright, let's see, who else was holding an action? Harl and...
I already went, though.
Right.
He...
And, okay, so, I think Iskander was as well. He's only got... he's gonna let loose his, firebolt spell, and this other guy has like a half cover from the boar at the moment. I still managed to hit him, so he sort of you can see like Iskander doesn't hesitate. As soon as he gets sight of that guy, he like gives a shot at him, like, and you just hear like a voice like, "What's going on in there?"
We're going on in there.
But that said, Loki, it's still your turn. You hopped off your boar, gave it a command. That was its full movement to get over to where it is. So it's still kind of just stuck in this doorway here, and just sort of menacing and you can see like the door is like shattered around. You can see Iskander still has this look of like stunned, like he's looking at you like. I'm not trying to, not like he's angry at you, but almost more like.
Why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, well, he's
puzzled
looking at you
and
almost
halfway disgusted.
It's like if you something suddenly caught fire in your like on like if a candle fell over on an important book and you're just sort of looking at it like, oh no, how did this happen? That's the look he's giving you, Loki.
How did this happen?
How did this happen to me?
What are these on here?
Over here, you can see that there seems to be just like a lot of like a lot of like little things just for observation that you can.
I'm sweeping them all off the desk.
Not even caring what it all is.
Insult to fucking injury. God damn.
Yes, I don't care. I'm just throwing them off the desk.
Okay, yeah.
What in the world is a
He's literally going ham.
That would be your. Okay, so dismounting takes half your movement, I believe. So you can move 5, 10. So you can get to like right about here, and it's your item interaction just to drag your arm across. I just knock over stuff. You guys can see that like there's not too much stuff that like there's a few things made of glass that sort of hit, but a lot of it just seems to be like sextants and like paperwork, and you can see like a few ink. Yeah, it's a tant for sex, but but you can see like a few ink bottles hit the ground and like smash, and you see a scanner and just like.
Does he ask me a question at this point because of all
he
this
is
shit
too stunned to speak right now. I was like, but Loki, you have a slightly different perspective now. Your boar is still kind of blocked, but you have not taken your action yet.
I've only been a jerk, I guess.
Yeah, you've only been fucking with this Iskander, the guy you were sent here to rescue.
That's our cleric.
But you can see like there's more guys in here.
Yeah, cleric is wilding out.
But what do you want to do with your action?
I'm gonna make my duplicate go right here and start flipping them off.
Oh, okay. You summon your Do you want to summon it like right outside the door or inside the?
Yeah.
Okay, right outside the door. You sort of your sort of like duplicate Loki suddenly just. How does she appear? Does she like step? What method do you use to make her appear?
Just in a puff of smoke, and she's starting to do the double bird to them.
All right, so yeah, so you guys see like a I was about to say like ethereal, but no, it looks 100% real. Like there's no indication. You only know it's an illusion because you've seen her do it before. You just see her just
Harold
doing the
does it.
double bird against that
The
guy.
duplicate's real
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
Harold just says, "Oh God, that's two of them."
And now I'm done.
And you hear like Iskander. He's like, "There's two."
The horror.
That said, Dahlia, it is your turn now. You can. You've got this real big thing. It's sort of like the way it's sort of oriented is the brown wooden part actually is on ground level. All the brass part is like above your head, so you can walk like under it or on this side if you want to at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it does not
That makes
occupy
more
that
sense.
entire space. Yeah, it is a three-dimensional object. It's just kind of sketchy looking. I think you're not supposed to get as zoomed in as we are. Our
I don't
designer
think so.
assumed.
I was trying to go here, but it said 31 feet for some reason. Oh, I think it's because of where I was thrown. I know I was
Yeah,
like. In
yeah,
the
you were you weren't placed you aren't placed perfectly on the squares, so it'll have you off by just a little bit.
I'm
but,
sure she
you
gets
look-
over here and takes a peek in.
You peek past and you can see like there's this fellow here. He's got like one of those like horned masks that you've seen some of the higher ranked magicians of the Cult of Tiamat wearing, and you notice at his side he is carrying on his belt what looks to be almost like a something shaped like an hourglass made of like polished like white stone with like gold inlays on it.
Bingo. Strippergram payment for a striptease, 1 hourglass. And she attacks him directly, right to the face.
All right, he does have like a 3/4 cover from where he is compared to you, but you rolled a 26, so it doesn't matter.
That's a stripper, bro.
Let me check to see if this guy's got anything for.
I'd show you later, but I have a half-orc lover.
Actually, he is going to. Seeing you targeted, he's going to counterspell.
No fun.
He's like, I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this.
Get rid of all these friggin' idiots.
Get rid of all these freaking idiots.
Stop doing that!
Stop doing that! And she looks over at Harl and just like, stab this annoying guy that I'm mimicing's face if you can, will you? And she gives him inspiration.
So,
Oh,
Harl,
good.
you are inspired.
Good boys! There's your target!
Alright, you
Points
see.
into the room.
Alright, roll me 3d6s again. Your dog, your blink dogs cannot get to him physically. One of them, the closest one, suddenly vanishes and reappears. You can see him like the other ones sort of like just crowd around, and they can't quite get past the.
Bring mommy the hourglass!
And this blink dog just suddenly jumps up and tries to bite this guy. Misses. This guy's got a little bit higher AC than
Then a 9.
some of these other fellows. Yeah.
Must have 9s if you just dress to your skimmies, no underwear at all.
Yeah. But yeah, this
That's
guy
my
just
whole turn.
Alright, that's that guy, so you see this cult fanatic, he's just see, I'm just checking what all he's got. He sort of who's he got line of sight on? All right, I'm going to roll an intelligence check for this guy to see who he targets with his spell. Rolled a 10. He attempts to cast a hold person on Loki's duplicate because it is the closest. It is the person who is closest to them currently. He's like, you see, by the order of the Queen of Dragons, I command you to stay. And you like see his like eye sort of like flash that multicolored way you've seen people do when they're cast magic in relation to. How does your duplicate react to that, Loki?
He does a like just raspberry.
Just like right at that guy.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him another intelligence check to see if he can tell why that didn't work.
Honestly,
Roll an 8. He's just like,
Untouchable.
this one is powerful, brothers. We must take her down.
damn strong, brothers.
Oh yes,
Hold
keep
the
attacking
line.
that one in particular.
Wait, Farley, my twin
Hold the line.
sister
Damn
alone.
strong.
She did nothing to you, you bastards.
Let's see,
I'm
Skander's going to sort of come over here and like partially climb onto this thing just to get like line of sight above the boar.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait till people start pouring in. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That's a clusterfuck in front of this door.
We do not have time for this. You see, he grabs his wand and starts to hold it above his head, and that little mote of fire appears and then grows bigger and bigger and
Oh.
bigger.
Oh.
Boom! And it throws it into the room, and he's gonna cast Fireball. And he is not being. He saw you conjure the blink dogs and the wild boar, so he is not hesitating to destroy them as well.
Oh, Dahlia really wants to kill this guy.
Yeah, but just to give you some sense of what type of guy this is, and he is going
Oh, she's
to.
already clocked that, but at the same time,
Yeah.
too, she's still, like, trying to hold back, not straight up killing him.
And he's upcasting a little bit, so he's. So I'm gonna do your blink dogs first because I got actually no your blink dogs cannot survive this. Let's see, he's only 2 of them get caught in it. The boar cannot survive either. The boar also just like shrinks quickly back into that little ball of fur that it was when you pulled it out of the, and then like burns up and like has that sort of smell of burning hair left in the area.
Goodness.
Loki, your
What
duplicate
the
is
hell,
also
like, doucher?
Yeah, creatures of magic. They are unharmed, and he looks like you can tell he's just kind of like rolling his eyes at the fact that you're bothered by this in the first place. And I'm gonna roll for the weaker guys. So that's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Only one of them takes the full damage. So this guy back here takes. You see, like this dude, like closest to you all, just he just gets caught in the flame, just reduced to ash, and like barely even a moment to respond. And finally, the guy in the back, who's kind of regretting using his counter spell on a
cantrip.
on a cantrip, but he's also going to make a dex save. He fails. He takes the full 36. This Gander, you piece of shit! I knew I couldn't trust you! I knew it!
I knew I could trust you, I knew it!
You see Iskander just sort of like smirking at this guy. But that's I don't think he's got any bonus actions he can do. Yeah, no, that's Iskander's whole turn. He seems pretty pleased with himself, but that's the extent of it. Katniss, you're up. You just saw Iskander, wipe out a number of your little pets, but still mostly damaging the.
With your high perception, you can see Dahlia has an eye twitch.
Mhm.
From like what I can gather, everybody's heading to this room, right?
Well, how do you mean?
Like everyone in the hallway is trying to run to this room.
You are aware that like the one person who you knew was teleporting up here, you've already killed him.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you're aware, there's no one else is aware of your presence except for these three remaining figures that are further ahead inside on this sort of balcony area.
All right, I need to position myself so I can actually see. See, my movement's about movement's 35, so.
Yeah, you can see like Iskander has kind of climbed onto this thing. You do have to sort of walk around the around this large device here, this large telescope.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm gonna actually go to the large telescope and climb up on it.
Oh yeah, that gives you a clear shot as well. I think you've got a climb speed, don't you?
Yeah, I do. My climb speed's the same as my walking.
Okay, yeah, you're able to like effortlessly just hop up on this thing, and you see Iskander winces a little bit seeing you just sort of crawl on it like that, but it's you notice it is quite sturdy.
Yeah, like I can handle it.
It like shifts ever so slightly when you sort of put your weight on the large telescope area, and you can see he's just like wincing seeing like this thing, but it holds you. There's no extra effort on your part, but you have a clear shot on like two of these guys, and they both look quite burnt and injured.
All right. Are they like 5 feet apart? I can't quite.
No, they are more than 5 feet apart from each other.
Okay, so then I will just attack each one.
Yeah, and like one of them has like 3/4 cover, which is for you nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to give 2 attacks and then bonus action hide.
Do you want to? What kind of attacks?
Well, just with like my bow.
Okay. Go ahead and give me 2 attacks. This first guy who got a clear line of sight on you. Just where do you shoot him?
I'm just aiming for like a nice clean kill, so through the eye or through the heart.
You hit him right in the actual eye. He comes through and like right back and shoots all the way through and like just sort of almost completely falls out the back of his head as he hits the ground.
Mm.
And like, you've just barely got sight on this guy, but you're confident in your skill.
All right.
How do you kill this guy?
Same way. Other eye.
You see, like this guy, you don't even have you wait. You just take that moment, just holding your breath as he like. You see his head sort of peeking around to see what is that figure moving up, and then as soon as he gets sight on you, boom, arrow right in the eye, and this guy is down.
All right, and bonus action, I'm going to use this telescope as cover to hide.
Easy enough.
All right. Should I roll? I think I need to roll stealth.
Yes, give me a stealth check. I believe if you have advantage because of something.
Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. You're confident that no one can see you.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Let's see. This guy is dead. This guy is dead.
Dead.
And you see this last guy is like. Look, he's looking around. He's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch! You would pull some horse piss like this, wouldn't you? You piece of shit!" You see, he
Sorry.
just closes his
Keeping it up.
eyes and he's like, actually, he would be. Can you see this? Like I say, but like this guy starts. He casts a spell, and uh, and Dahlia, you can read his lips as he is casting sending.
He's sending.
And yeah, you just see, and he's not saying anything, but he's mouthing what he's saying, and you can see he's mouthing the words: "The tower is lost. Send the dragon. Raise the town."
The tower is lost. Send the dragon. Raise the town.
He like his eyes open wide with seeing that you recognize that. Then he just sort of like grins and like, "And what are you gonna do about it?"
She pulls out the dildo and says, "I'm gonna shove this right up your ass."
That said,
I'm gonna shove this right up your ass.
he's using his. He knows he's beaten, and he has sent out a distress call to the rest of the cult. But Harl, you can hear that guy cackling in the back, and he seems to have, he knows he's beaten here, but he is just still cackling as seems to have called upon a dragon of some kind, based on what Dahlia just said.
I think we're gonna have to get out of here, guys. Let's kill this bastard first.
You see, like Iskander is. Iskander saying there is some time. It would take some time for their pet dragon to arrive. We have time to get the mask.
Fine.
But anyway, what do you want to do? You know that there's just like the one guy left.
Ooh, part of me wants to go in there and just want to wail on his ass.
If you use your cutting action to dash, you can get to him.
Yeah, I may have to.
So you're gonna just dash to get right up in this guy's face?
Yeah, Harl just says, guys, I'm just gonna go and get a couple of licks in.
Sure, fair enough. But yeah, there's enough movement, there's enough space here for you to get right up in his face. So, go ahead, put yourself in this back room. You can see the last remaining guy.
Yeah, you just see this man, like, though, you just see just this man run in.
Naruto runs in.
And this guy, he's just like cackling. Why there?
Hi.
Alright, what are you doing, Harl?
Well, hi there. Well, this is happening.
Yeah, you get. How do you can. That's enough to kill this guy. How do you administer this?
I just, it looked like I punch him, but I open up, like, you know how you do, like, a kind of like a,
You grab his
You
face,
kinda-
kind of a thing, like open palm.
yeah,
like,
grip his face, like, it looks like he kind of has, like a claw motion, but he grabs his face and he ministers the poison. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Alright, you just like this like hand comes out and like it's at such an angle that your allies can't quite see that your fingernails are a little bit longer than
Are
they
you
would
sure
expect
that
for-
Dahlia can't see?
Yeah, but no, because he doesn't fully shift. But it's
Okay.
just enough, and you sort of like you dig your nails into him. You do see that like his grip on his face is like drawing blood as like you like force his mouth open and like conjure poison out of like from your palm and just like create from like as if like you're opening like a gateway to like of a dimension of just pure poison and just letting some shoot out and just directly into his mouth. And you just sort of see like body twitching, eyes rolling back, blood starts leaking from like below his eyes as like his all the veins on his face turn like a sickly blackish green before he body goes limp, still in your grip. You can see the key to controlling the tower still hanging off of his belt.
I grab the key and I just throw him aside.
What is your passive perception as well?
20. 1 second.
With over 20, I say you
Yeah,
would
it's over
also
20.
you would also notice that he is carrying a spell book.
I take that shit with me. So
All right,
bastard.
everybody.
Did my doggos kill the other guy?
Yeah, your doggos are still. You all successfully cleared out the tower. Unfortunately, Jorgen Paul had just enough time to call for help, so you know that there's a dragon on its way.
We need to evacuate the town.
And
You know what? I got you covered. He's not the only one that can do sending. It's the last one I can do for a level 3. She had remembered talking to the barkeep there as well as the one gal. She sends a letter to the barkeep. This is the girl that was going to the tower before. Evacuate the town. There's a dragon on its way. This is not a joke. Get out.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
20. You just hear a voice back. It's like, it's the middle of the night. Who? The tower. You're at the tower. This is. Oh gods. Yes, I'm going. And the voice sort of cuts off as you. But you got the sense that they seem to understand the weight of what you said.
All right. It's town is warned. They're evacuating.
Harold is not in the mood. He just asked him, "How long do you think it's gonna take for a fucking dragon to get here?"
He's gonna think for a minute. There's a name for this particular dragon. He would know that.
Okay.
He's like, the near is the dragon Lenathon is nearby. A blue dragon.
Sounds familiar.
Actually, give me a history check.
History? Okay. 20! Oh, no, fuck. I clicked the wrong one. I am so sorry. It was right there. I don't think I'm gonna get a good roll.
Alright. Katniss and Loki, you can both also roll me a history check on this.
Alright, do I get advantage?
Oh, yes, because it is dragon related, you have advantage on it.
This is a shame. I had a dragon nearby. I wish we knew that fucking information.
15.
At 15, you've heard the name Lenathon because for a period of time, you all posed as cultists.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It sounds familiar.
It is very much the blue dragon that initially drew your attention to the remote village of Greenest, where you had been sent to collect Bo Gentle's spellbook.
Oh.
It's the same dragon.
From the beginning.
But he's like, it will take Lenathon at least an hour to arrive here. More than enough time to grab to recover the mask.
Wow, we've got the key. Question, though. Oh, yes, of course, that. Are you...
We need to take that. We need to take the dragon down.
We'll get the mask and everything first. Also, are you still considered a rider?
Are you asking Iskander?
Oh yeah, the only douchey McDouchikins in the room.
As you're having this conversation, you're now that we're out of combat, enough time passes that your dogs recover, and they just sort of like they all sort of pop back slowly. And you see Iskander is
Tell Granny I said hi.
yeah. How much time? How long does the spell last?
It lasts. Here, let me. It's been a little bit. Okay. Conjure woodland being. It's 1 hour, actually. So,
Okay, so they're
it
still
hasn't been that
around.
long.
Yeah, you can
She's
see-
like petting the ones that are in the room while talking to this guy.
My word will have no value. Lenethon is a believer in the Queen of Dragons. I have met
You
him
did?
on a rare occasion.
You didn't answer
Cares
my
not.
question.
Yes, if he's a writer.
Yes.
Yep.
What do you mean by writer?
The
Whatever
maskers.
the riders or whatever. What are they called? They called them the dragon riders or whatnot. Remember, because
They're
of
the
her
ones
coin.
they're also the ones who wear the mask.
You mean like the higher ranking people? Those are
Yeah, the one
the
that
worm,
she's got to get a
the worm
soul for.
speakers.
Yeah, the worm.
You're asking
Thank you.
if he's a worm speaker.
Are you a
Okay,
worm
I was wondering what you meant
speaker?
by writer. He's like, so he shakes his head. He's like, if I was a worm speaker, I would not need your help to escape this location.
Do you know the names of all the ones that are?
He would. Let me see if I can find all of them where they have that on this list.
Okay.
Oh,
And she's like more or less just like nudges Harl. We need to go.
Let's see.
She like pats her like side for the dogs to follow her, and she's already heading up over to here.
I do ask him, where the fuck is your mouse? Let's grab that shit and get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
This is pissing me off.
Alright. Let's see.
This man said, hold on, I gotta go through.
Let's see. Ah, here you go.
my book.
It's like the worm speakers, of course. The leader, Severin, he is the worm speaker of Red, the most powerful of all of the chromatic dragons. There's Galvin, blue worm speaker. There is Neuron Vein. He is, believe it or not, the former prince and the worm speaker of Green.
Well, he's in jail.
Much has happened in my time here.
You said Severin?
Severin, yes, he leads the entire cult worshipping Tiamat. And you do know that like most people within like the cult of Tiamat insist on calling it a church and not a cult.
Yeah, of course. Most cults do that.
Until recently,
so Severin.
Severin. Severin is the worm speaker of Red. There is a Galvin, which he's told. I think he's a human man. He's the worm speaker of Blue. Neuron Vein, which he seemed to have a little disappointed that you already know who he is. He seemed like he kind of was looking forward to blowing up his spot.
And he's green.
Well, the funny thing is, does Haru know that guy was does Haru know the story of how that guy, Neuron Vein, got arrested?
Well, he was kind of
yeah. Well, I mean, you're aware of what happened. I mean, you saw you were involved. You were there at the last meeting, so you were fully aware of what happened to Neuron Vein. I'd say that
Severin, Galvin, Neuron Vein, Red, Blue, Green.
It's all.
Yeah.
Before, it's like the Lady Resmir was the worm speaker of Black, but I have heard she met her demise.
She did.
And finally, of course,
Of course, that you guys get to have all the fucking fun.
We've been doing this a while.
The proud
Smack.
dwarven warrior Verum is the worm speaker of white.
Very.
Beer. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Oh.
Remember
You guys
him.
know Verum as the guy you captured.
Black.
So you guys are realizing that, like, you've eliminated 3 of the worm speakers.
Except
There's
for
only...
Galvin and Severin.
Yes, Galvin, it is his mask that awaits us below, and it is he who commands the Dragon Lenathon.
Would Galvin be riding Lenathon?
Unlikely. He is a... He pauses to think of how to say it, then he realizes he's not, like... He's so used to, like, being around... Calvin is a coward. He would not put himself in danger.
Oh. So we're going downstairs and beating his ass?
Is Galvin in
He
his
is not
tower?
here.
Damn.
He has visited in the past, but
Do you know
he
our
don't-
move?
I do not know where he currently is. Little is shared with us within the tower. We are expected to perform our research and not ask questions.
Well,
We need to get this mask as soon as possible.
Let's go.
With the mask's power, it would give us the means to stop Lenithon.
DM, I do have a question for you.
Of course.
Were there places that Harl would have left little notches for? Because I know he's been needing to do that. I was gonna ask if I'd been able to do it at all, but because of this shit, I had no idea if I had time.
Are you trying? I'll say you've definitely had the means to, like, throughout this. I'm not gonna be so strict on whatever that say you could not have this is, but you're leaving like just
Not just where I see that it looks interesting to them.
Are you doing that within the tower itself, or just like in the town and everything leading up to it?
If I remember correctly, I thought it was in the tower itself. I can't recall. It's been a while since I've.
But would you just want to leave like some thieves' can't symbols around just to like mark a few things?
Yeah, mark a few things in here. Maybe a little bit of town. We've got time.
Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Give me a sleight of hand check, and this will be just determine whether or not anybody else noticed you doing that. And keep in mind, you have some pretty observant people with you.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's got the Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one
give me
person
a-
in particular is Hawkeye.
I ain't even talking about Beerus Hawkeye either.
Oh,
16.
I totally see.
So.
Did
Yeah.
I
So.
add in the gloves too?
Do you have gloves that give you advantage on sleight of hand?
I don't know if it's the thievery ones. Remember, we made a little deal.
Well, let me look up what
Gloves
gloves
of thievery give you +5.
They do.
Gloves of thievery. Sleight of hand.
Because
check
he's an expertise in this, but then we made a.
You
we
got
made
a
Yeah.
16.
Well, that's a 12. Like, because you only rolled a 4. Is the thing. Okay, so.
Oh, wait a
yes.
second! Reliable talent, because I think I'm proficient in that shit. I am.
Okay, so it would be a 22 plus 5. So by default, it's a 27. Does anybody have?
Oh no, you know we don't.
Nope.
Okay,
That boy
so
said.
Harl, you were able to, like, throughout your journey, you've left like marks to indicate. Is there anything specific you want to make sure is in your marks, or you just want to say that like whatever Harl thought looked interesting?
Whatever he thought, because honestly, I think because we weren't able to, prance around too much now. Whatever Harl think looks interesting to them.
Right, so you definitely get the sense. So yeah, you've definitely left a few like marks around the place, and even within this room, you can like spot a few things that like that looks valuable. I don't have time to grab it. Let me just do a quick little, just sort of like as you're leaning against something for just a moment, just quickly, like with like the tip of like a fingernail, you scratch something barely visible.
Oh my god. At this point, he's also getting them filed down because he's doing that as well.
Yeah. But you all are, and Harl, you're still the one who is currently actually holding the. And go ahead and add to your inventory the key to Zonthal Tower.
All right.
It weighs half a pound.
Oh, I thought T word.
Mhm.
I'm
But
fine.
let me go and get everybody sort of gathered up together. How long does your Loki? How long does your duplicate persist?
You're muted.
Actually, does Loki even tell? Harl just thinks. So, do you just hide a twin cousin, or?
Actually,
It's
you're
yeah, it's a
so
duplicate.
your duplicate would have vanished by now as everybody was
Wait,
having
really?
this conversation.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? I thought she had a twin sister.
Everything's wrong with me.
That's why we
But
love her.
Oh, hush, you're fine.
Iskander guides you to like touch your
Oh.
Finish the
he,
sentence.
he tou- I was about to say touch your then I had in my head like, well, it's not really yours, but but anyway, he touched the key against. There's a symbol that also resembles a hourglass.
Okay.
And when you touch it against it, like it lights up again, and just as you guys experienced before, you are all teleported onto a new location. And you have a Skander with you here. Let's see.
I pit Blitzen.
Yeah,
Just
she
call him
like
Blitzen.
takes
you can see.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You guys can sort of like. You can feel like a heat coming from further down this pathway. It's like, I must move quickly here.
Oh.
Is all. The creatures Zonthal left behind as protection still guard the area ahead, but they remain within their area.
How do we get around them?
Do we sneak around?
We can sneak around them. I have one more pass without trace.
Wait, you do spells too?
And do you see Iskander frowns and looks down there, and you guys can see that they're those of you, so you can sort of see they're kind of already like moving around in this area and seem to already kind of look over and see you all. It's like, and you can see there's really no room to hide from them. It's going to be a pure matter of just can you get past them physically. But at Iskander's suggest, go ahead and give me some perception checks as you look down this area.
All right. Make sure it's normal. 28.
12.
I do have a lab of talent on that.
28. You can sort of see that this area ahead is like everything in here looks like burnt, as though it's been like left in an oven for extended period of time. You sort of gather that this fire elemental has just been wandering this area that was not designed for it to exist. You can hear the crunching sound of like larger figures moving where you don't quite have visual. You see like this is sort of like a slow slope leading upward, this sort of hallway here. So you don't have a perfect view, but you definitely get by in Katniss with like the 28 perception. You're able to like discern like there's two distinct other footstep sounds as like figures just moving through. You notice this area looks just like everything in here like looked like it must have been very valuable once, and it's just been the sheer presence of a fire elemental for as far based on what Iskander told you, probably 100 years has just ruined basically everything in here. All whatever knowledge this room once possesses seems to be destroyed, except you notice the one thing you notice in your area is that resting on this table over here that's like charred and like it's got that sort of like you ever seen something where it's sort of like burnt in such a way that kind of makes it fireproof over
Mm-hmm.
time? We just very slowly apply fire to the exterior for.
Mm-hmm.
Char for better taste.
Yeah, but you notice that resting on it is a small little chest about the size of like a shoebox that seems oddly n- not as burnt as it should be. It does have like soot and a few other signs on it, but it doesn't look nearly as burnt as everything else in there. So that strikes you as interesting.
I do point out the box to Harl.
He did get a 21 for his. Does it looking like it's a trap?
The 21 perception. Let me look if there's anything interesting about it.
He see you point out box him. That shit trap. Hello, AK.
Uh, you do not see any mechanical traps on it, but you can see there are some. There is a does seem to be like you don't from the angle you're at you cannot see what it is. You'd have to see it from a different angle, but you definitely see that like there seems to be some kind of like glyph on it. So at this point, what I am going to say for everybody, unless you have some means of actually, if you see like actually Iskander actually walks up and just stands right at this precipice and and like this fire elemental is just sort of like wandering around the general area, and as soon as it like moves like away from he quickly dashes over here. He doesn't even have to use his full movement speed. He just sort of like rounds this corner and this thing rushes in his direction and then stops. So you guys all get it's a short enough distance to get from where you came in to further in that I'm not even going to make you roll for it. But if you guys want to explore this room at all or do anything else, you're going to have to deal with the elementals, at least temporarily.
She's focused on just getting the mask and getting out since there's a dragon on the way. I don't know if she wants to explore at the moment.
Yeah, so you see a scanner just sort of leads you that way.
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid, laugh outlaw.
But yeah, you can tell based on like he seems somewhat familiar with this area, and he's still like from over here where he is. He's like shouting back at you. He's like, "Come along."
All right. I follow. I like watch the movements and follow him exactly.
Yeah, she does so too. Just wants to get through here.
Yep. Nope, to be fair.
Yeah, so are you all just is everybody just heading straight across?
You said there's a chest?
Yeah, sitting on this
That's
table
a lot of
right
elementals.
here, you can see like a treasure chest with it seems to be about the size of a shoebox. It doesn't look like particularly heavy if that's what you're wondering.
I was gonna say, how heavy would it be heavy for a mage hand? For an invisible mage hand?
Do you summon your mage hand?
Actually, I have it poke it. My mage hand poke it.
Your invisible mage hand pokes it, and it shifts ever so slightly, give you the impression that it is not particularly heavy.
Okay.
She kind of looks over at what Harl's doing and watches.
I was saying that they were gonna go.
They do not react to the mage hand. They seem to like you guys all kind of had to time your dashes past these guys. And such like every time one of you ran through, it drew all their attention. They immediately rushed in your direction, but because of the way movement works,
If you time it right, maybe you can pick that up while they are distracted.
But you do notice that they do not react to the. You go give me an Arcana check, Harl.
That is not something I am the skilled in, but I will give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You should totally bring it with us.
I know. Ding, ding, ding!
Right,
Natural 20.
The nat 20, like you know that elementals, they're not fully sentient. They're more just like I think we've had a similar like explanation before, but they're not fully sentient. They're kind of just programmed, and they just follow directives. It seems they were given the very specific directive to just kill anyone who comes in here, and judging by the fact that none of the actual objects in this room, they haven't been gentle with them. They just kind of like burnt everything around them, or like stomped on anything that happens to fall on the floor. They very, very specifically follow that order. They are unconcerned with the items in the room.
Oh,
Okay. So they're just
okay.
guards
They're
to
just
scare
here.
people off.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Harl's here's his mage hand, and he's just having the mage hand grab the box.
With your Arcana of 24, you also notice that there is a glyph of warding on the box, and you can tell it's designed in such a way that it will activate if the
If it's open.
if the chest is opened incorrectly. But you also know enough about glyph with the natural 20, enough about glyphs of warding. They dispel if you move them. So as you pull it away, like you can sort of see the glyph on it just sort of like fade into nothingness and disappear. And you're confident that although this box is still locked, the glyph that was
It's not trapped.
had a spell that was trapping it is no longer active.
Alright.
Good on
Y'all don't
you.
even see the box, too. The box is just hidden.
Well, your mage hand is invisible, but it is still just a box that floats over towards you.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
that's what I mean. She's watching. She's like, we're definitely taking that with. We'll look at it later, though. Come on.
Oh.
So you do have this in this box in your hand. I think as you guys sort of see this sort of stairway leading up, and as you can see a door here, and there's like a little archway, but past that archway is this large open area, and you can just see like stars, empty space, and you can see like further even here occasionally like almost like it's I'm trying to think of like the correct term for this. Just like floating around it, as you can see like
Ethereal?
these little well, they seem solid actually, like almost like little like comets come flying, like circling around this area.
It's beautiful.
And there's like dangerous as well. This is a deadly location.
So
Uh,
this
how
design
deadly?
is beauty and danger. Good combination.
And he steps ahead of you and you could see orbiting is the term I was trying to think of. Like as
There we
though
go.
they're like orbiting an area around here, like these little like just little comets come flying through, and they seem to. And it doesn't seem like a small group of them like orbiting this area. It seems like there's like almost like imagine being caught in Saturn's rings on the far edges of it.
Oh God.
And at this sort of unpredictable rate, stones just come rushing through here occasionally. Like they're all quite small, but by the crack of them against the stone, you can tell they hit pretty hard as they come around. And you can see that it's gonna be a little tricky to get past this part. He's like, the mask, he's hidden ahead.
Okay. DM.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if she can dance around and through them.
All right.
Taking a look at them like she's actually... I literally want to see if she can perform her way out of it, like taking a look at them and seeing if she can literally dance her way through, avoiding them like dance partners.
All right. As you're making your way through, if you're doing
Do I
this
roll
as a
anything?
dance, I'll give you an option.
Okay.
You can either do this as a straight dexterity saving throw or a performance check at disadvantage.
I think I'm gonna try performance at this.
All right. As you're sort of making your way across 14.
I don't know
All
if
right,
that's
and
enough.
it is enough as you
So she like
sort
turns and like rotates around, almost like she's like going along the edges of. You guys just see her doing something incredibly dangerous, but taking it like almost like a waltz. I'll just say that for
Mhm,
the description.
mhm.
Wow. All right.
All right, so you make your way all the way across. You can see this area, like there's like sort of an arch on this end area here that sort of
Right here.
leads back into like a closed area. You can see bright light coming from this room to your side. And you can see two more doors. They seem to be mostly made of wood, and it's similar to the door that the boar destroyed earlier. And it's similar to this door that was back here. I forgot to mention. All the doors you've seen actually in this location have that same sort of very elaborate carvings placed in them.
I need to redecorate my house. I made it across. Just be careful, okay? You have to be quite lithe. You don't have to dance, but just be fast enough, please.
As soon as you come into that area, you hear a voice coming from this direction. Like, who goes there?
Do
Nobody.
we all?
And she's gonna try to like deceive whoever's over there. Nobody, just a specter.
Please, free me from this hell.
Wait,
And
for you from this hell?
while that's happening, is anybody else following Dahlia?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah. Follow.
How do we free you from the hell?
That's dexterity. Let's go see who all is going. So
Oh, goodness.
let's start with I believe Katniss responded first. Go ahead and give me a dexterity. As you sort of approach, and you can see like these, they're following at such a rate. It's like too hard to predict where they're coming from. There's like occasional gaps where there's none at all, and then like a big sheet of them will come at once, and it's very difficult to tell. So go ahead, but as you sort of hurry across, give me a dexterity saving throw.
18.
Right. You make your way across just in time to hear. You can see this large, like red figure to the right, who's. You can see this sort of like open doorway. This is another like slightly raised platform. Harl, are you hurrying across too?
Yeah, you said dex save or
Dex save, unless you have some idea of what else you would want to do and can justify it.
I almost said acrobatics, but I don't know about that one. So I'll just do my
Yeah, just be a Dex save. As
Does a
Oh,
as you all
I-
are heading,
I do have Dahlia's
inspiration.
inspiration die.
Oh,
that.
okay. And that one is not an auto fail on. It's only an auto fail on attacks. It's real bad almost anywhere else,
D10.
but it is not an auto fail on Dex saves. So you can use that. You don't know how much more you're gonna need, but you're definitely gonna need more than the 9. So go ahead and roll me a D10.
Please get higher than a 1.
I'm
With
so
a
happy
1,
I have this. Hold on.
you
Rogues,
You
my
you
dude,
made a
rogues.
what do you got?
Rogues. Fuck it, rogues.
All right. Well, on the plus side, with a dexterity save of 10,
Ah!
actually make your way. You actually do make your way. The DC is 10.
Okay,
Y'all
never
just see me going,
mind.
fuck, fuck,
So,
fuck, fuck,
so
fuck, fuck.
you
It was
like
not
what?
exactly artistic, but
What is it about Dahlia's the inspiration she gave you earlier that motivates you to move in the right way?
I do, just You ever see a cat's eyes when they see a big ass rock?
Mhm.
He's like, oh hell no, starts running.
Yeah, so this a big one's coming right to you, and your head turns just in time to see it into the book it into like full sprint to get across it. You sort of barrel into your. I'm gonna say because you rolled like a 1, you kind of barrel into your
Yeah.
allies before you can get all the way across and interrupt their discussion with this figure to the side, and you guys can see Iskander's kind of like he looks back to you, Loki. He's like, "Are you coming?"
Oh, sorry.
She said
It gets up.
Okay, well, okay, so
Anyway.
because you all don't need to go across.
She's coming.
All right, but you for now, you guys can see this figure off to the side. You can see the light shines out ahead as a corridor sort of opens to a room set with comfortable-looking, oversized furnishings. You see this red-skinned figure wearing armor that seems to be like designed in like these flame patterns. And it's like bronze, and you see he's sort of standing in this doorway looking at you all.
Are you a djinn?
Ah, so you are aware of my kind.
Yeah, sadly we met a Dow earlier. Couldn't say or didn't say anything, and we freed him. Sadly.
You freed him, then you shall free me as well. And he gestures to you can see he points downwards in this doorway. You can see there's this sort of
Oh,
uh
damn it.
almost like a very small, like almost like a crack more than anything else, sort of like dug into the ground that like
Huh?
extends beyond the thing, and filling that little crack is salt. See,
If we free you, will you attack us? She
well, why
crosses
would
her
I do
arms.
such a thing such as that? You're
She's
gonna give me an
inciting the
insight
hell
check.
out of him.
Yeah.
I'm inciting this man.
The last
All
guy
right.
was
He
kind
gets
of insane and took all of the pleasure in attacking us. Also, I think you're still considered under the influence of this place. Correct?
I see
He's like, I assure you, I was given no orders to harm anyone.
I'm rolling, by the way.
Yeah, she's like, She's considering on like just like kicking the salt away, but then again, she's like looking at her group, like, oh,
You can see he's just like
I make that 17.
he's got like he's like sort of like lowering his head and just smiling. He's sort of like prostrating himself before you all. It's like, of course, I mean nothing, but Harl, you see that glint in his eyes as he's all eyeing all of you. The eyes of a not necessarily a predator, although it's predator-like.
somebody
is-
who's the cat that's about to eat the canary.
Beyond that, that is nature. That is just a creature living by its instinct. You detect in those eyes just hatred and malice towards these lesser beings who have dared to entrap him. He's smiling and just bowing his head and like doing everything he can to appear just a gentle giant. And you can tell that you can see like the way his eyes he's eyeing you all up, the way he's looking at you all. Harl, you're confident that this is a killer looking for
An easy
an
one.
excuse to kill all of you.
I just message Dahlia and say, don't you even do it. Get your ass back here.
I'm behind the salt line, but I'm not gonna let him out. Thank you. I wish I could believe you, but the last guy was literally psychotic and tried to kill us. I know you want to be freed from the prison, but that also would mean your death, would it not?
It's not. Free me, and I shall grant your wishes.
I'm not
Being
interested in
trapped
wishes.
here.
I don't like wishes. I don't like owing people anything, and I'm pretty sure you don't. In fact, I think the person that trapped you in here is kind of a jackass, and if you could get revenge on them when you get out by doing something possibly horrible to this place, it would be a lot better than just straight up killing us.
He used my power to grant wishes to gain all that he see before you. My power.
That's slavery. That's not good, especially if somebody such as yourself. It's strange that somebody as lesser than you would do such a thing. I mean, look at those muscles.
Yeah, but Harl, you're definitely picking up. He's all of this. He's just lying, trying to get you guys on his side, and he is just. He will continue to like feed. Just for your.
She's egging him at this point.
Yeah, you can tell he is like he's willing to promise you anything.
Liar.
Well,
I wish I could believe you.
Well, no.
See?
You see, he's just
you're
seething.
I wish I could believe you. I mean, I come from a country that's filled with jinn.
Listen! You think you're so powerful? Step in here, and you will taste my blade, and you will know who is superior!
And you're racist.
And
great.
She's
just like ignoring him now.
He's just like pounding his fists on like this empty air in front of him. You can see like the salt itself seems to like light up, and like there's like a slight singeing sight on like his hands. You can tell it's like burning him as he does. As he's like lost all patience for this.
We'll let you have your temper tantrum. Loki, are you coming?
Iskander's also going to attempt to get across.
Oh, not bad.
Where?
Iskander, you see he just sort of... You guys can tell he's familiar with this place enough to be like pausing.
Oh, sorry.
Pausing,
I don't know.
Pausing. Then he just can't... And you know that moment where you realize you don't actually know if this is the right move, but you just shut your eyes and run? Yeah, he does that, and he just sort of runs just headfirst into you, Katniss.
Careful, damn.
I do not know what happens if we are knocked off from this place, and I do not care to learn. Oh, you've met him, and you see...
Oh, yeah, just lying through his teeth and such.
Like fire is like just erupting from like the top of his head as he's like, you know, like Hades in the Hercules cartoon.
Yeah, he's having a temper tantrum. I'll let him cool off. Loki!
I am Taraz the Fair! I am superior to you!
Wait, the Fair? You're a pretty boy?
He is quite handsome, I will tell you that.
Well, I can see that it does you justice at least. It's just too bad you're a brat. Come on, Loki.
Yeah. Where did they go?
Yeah, you need to roll something to get through. By the way, her blink dogs would basically blink through there, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Your blink dog. You order them to blink, and they just
come on,
pop
puppies.
over, and they're just on this side now, and they're just happily and they.
What do you think about that guy, boys?
They just come over you and start like licking your face, and you see like the guy's like, "Here, doggies, come here, delicious salt, come get the salt." He's just trying to get your dogs. Loki, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving.
You can do it, Loki. I believe in you. Inspiration if she needs it.
Yo,
she got
for inspiration.
Oh no, you don't need to.
You do not need it. You can see like these like sort of like little meteorites come by occasionally, and they just sort of miss you. See, Iskander is like the Taraz no mind.
He loud.
He was. I do not know what Xanthal did secure him that location, but
Salt on the floor.
it takes more than salt to trap Ajin.
Oh wow.
Whatever that salt is, it is something else.
So this salt is
here.
is insult to injury, huh? You know, if you were actually a good person, we would live up to our name of the chain breakers and just set you free and send you home. But I'm afraid that you've proven untrustworthy. So I bid you adieu.
Chain breakers. Ha! 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 And he's just repeatedly shouting chain breakers and ha, and he's just trying
Stop
to get
with
your
your temper tantrum. Damn, I think it's about time you take a nap. And she leaves.
Harald's about to come over there and get you, like, please stop antagonizing.
Leads you all into this area.
Yeah.
You see, two massive hourglasses occupy this irregularly shaped chamber. Their glass globes are nearly 15 feet across, with each hourglass rising almost to the ceiling 30 feet overhead. Each one is suspended by chains, pulleys, and gears in such a way that it can be turned over to set it stand running. Now, you can see that sort of, and Iskander walks around behind this one and comes back around holding a blue mask in the shape, like very realistic depiction of a blue dragon. As promised, the blue dragon mask. And he sort of holds like, and you see he sort of tucks it into his robes, and he says, "To be delivered upon my escape from this hellhole."
You know, do you have to make sure that's not a fake? Is anyone knowing that that's the real thing?
I can look at it, if you wouldn't
I
mind.
can check. I've been researching these things.
We all have. We just have to make sure it's the real deal, Iskander.
Dahlia, give me a persuasion check, because you can tell that, like, this is, like, he's, as much as, you know, as polite as you all have been, you see he's, like...
I'll be gentle compared to Loki's treatment of everything. Natural 20.
He looks at you with, like, a natural 20, and he's, like... He looks into your eyes for a moment with, like, very intensity and sort of sees the sincerity in you and thinks back on how you've asked pretty much nothing of him throughout this whole thing. And he's like, "A sign, then, of my trust." And he gives it to you completely. He doesn't even ask for it back. But you all are free to examine this mask. Do you guys have any sort of magic for, like, identify or detect magic or anything?
I'll let my group take care of that. She's holding on to it, and she will hold it for the rest of the time.
Katniss has detect magic.
Right. Do you want to cast detect magic?
I do have a scroll of identify as well.
I'll cast detect magic just to...
so we can save it.
Alright, so you cast detect magic, and this is... Let's see, how much is this? You can confirm at the very least that it is indeed a magic item. Go ahead and because of your dragon research, go give me an Arcana check with advantage, Katniss.
All right. 9.
Seems to be real, as far as you can tell.
What do you think?
It says I can learn what school of magic this is.
Let me look up something.
You don't want me to do?
I think that might be best, actually, for you to use that scroll, Harl. It definitely is magical, but if we can figure out a way to use it to deter the dragon and save and protect the village or buy them more time.
With detect magic, you can tell this thing has a number. It's got magic from a number of schools involved in it. You can tell it's got defensive abjuration magic. It has damaging evocation magic involved. It even has, like, some I'm trying to remember all the specific schools of magic just to double check which ones specifically this thing would consider to have. It does even has like a divination magic as part of it. But yeah, you're definitely certain that if this isn't one of the dragon masks you were told about, at the very least, it has a lot of magic in it, which is rare for a single magic item to have this many schools of magic contained within.
I do explain all of that.
Mm.
I look to
Oh.
Harl, like, if you feel it's appropriate.
Yeah, just so we can see if we can see a way to that dragon off our eyes. So,
need to
you guys
check.
can. I understand. So, you see him pull out a scroll, and he tears it. And just for you can see it. Oh fuck it, I'll just use ghouls.
So you're just gonna cast Identify on it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it up on ghouls and
All right,
because it's already in the shit.
I know how Identify works. I will say you confirm this is indeed the blue dragon mask, and you can see it has the properties that I just showed to you all.
Nice.
God damn.
Good Lord have mercy.
That's a lot of stuff. Well, it's a legendary item.
You recall that like you've only recovered the black dragon mask
It's real.
prior to this, and you're realizing because you never took the time to try to use it. They are very powerful magical items. They, even aside from like its value as a means to like for the purposes that that they've been for like summoning Tiamat that they've been intending them for.
Mm-hmm.
They're still just powerful magical items.
I'll look at everybody and say, first off, this is the real thing. Second of all, God bless this fucking. What the hell is this shit y'all been toying with?
Well, you got a small taste of it now, looking at it.
I'm looking at it and I'm terrified. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Oh, this is terrifying. Oh, welcome to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the family, I should say.
I gotta talk to one when I get back.
But yeah, you're confident that this is, it's the blue dragon mask, and also you guys also know how to use it. Does anybody want to use the blue dragon mask?
Does this have a side effect?
With your with Identify, you're aware that it doesn't have any side effects on it. It's ostentatious and obvious. So if you are wearing you can't like wear it into town without somebody noticing that you're wearing it. But if you put it on, I believe it does not even require attunement. As long as you're wearing it, you have.
Oh my goodness.
You have the features that it grants you.
I think we should hold on to it until we see that it is needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, how is this supposed to deter the dragon?
Power of this. You see the scanner is like, it will not deter the dragon. It gives you no means to control. But it may even draw his attention towards you. But it has great power that may give you the means to defeat Lenathon before he becomes a problem. I myself, once we are, we still have time before Lenathon's arrival. As soon as we leave here, I have no interest in being killed by a blue dragon. So you guys get the
Well, you have
Iskander
a lot of
intends to.
valuable information, though. I'm gonna recommend that you at least come with us.
Give me another persuasion check. I'll say with advantage because you already got that nat 20 earlier.
This way you can give information and perhaps make it to where it won't be as easy for you to get murdered by anybody we're affiliated with later on.
Language.
What the fuck? Language. That's all I hear.
Language.
31. You can see like he looks like a little bit like he's like about to like try to argue that. Then you point out the logical step that like you.
How dare you be logical?
He kind of needs you all just to stay alive, just to like make sure he doesn't get killed during all this. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
and I suppose I have been safer with you all than I have been this entire time, but nevertheless, we have precious little time until Lenithon arrives. If he finds the town empty as you had hoped, his rage will be unstoppable. And if anyone has failed to escape before we arrive, will surely perish.
Then what the hell are we waiting for? She hops on her broom.
Is there a quick way to get out of here? You know all the shortcuts.
Is there a teleportation circle that leads us out?
The same one we entered. It will take us directly out. I'm not going to make you all make dex checks again, but are you all just heading out to face the dragon?
Are we gonna square up the dragon?
Well,
Yeah.
the other thing is,
I want to square up.
if you guys are aware that this place seems safe enough, you might be able to pull off a short rest. But you know, if you wait you don't know how many people were able to escape town before, considering you only had an hour for.
I don't think we have time for a short rest, guys.
We don't.
Anyone? Carl does give. Who's really fucking hurt?
No idea. I don't think Loki's been touched at all, as usual.
Everybody can share their HP if they want.
Alright,
I
got
have 40 out of 60.
I have 84. I have
Just
84
mad
out
at
of
my
101.
smart skills. Besides, I am hurt. I have 37 health
Out of
Oh
how
my
much?
god.
out of 72.
Oh, Jesus! Yeah, I'm over here like weak as hell.
Did
compared to
you
everybody.
not like roll when we had those short rests?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I did.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, because you haven't been hit since we got into the tower.
Yeah,
you
and I
guys
know
So-
you took the short
How
rest.
many rolls is it for short rest?
As many
It
as
is
you
how
like.
as many you have your hit dice, which are equal to your character level.
Ah.
So
I'm sitting here like, god damn.
10, 14, 18, 24, 30, 33. Okay, yeah, all of those, you're back at full health.
Also, Dahlia was playing a Song of Rest during.
Yeah, that was. I think
Okay,
it was
so
a
but
9
okay,
or
so
a
Loki's at full health. So I believe the most injured person then is Dahlia at this point.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm a little sore, and I've got a bruise on my face from when I got bashed. Ghoul's not going to be happy when he sees that, isn't he?
Does anybody want to do anything to heal Dahlia before you head out?
$50, he wouldn't be happy.
I mean, if you give me a minute, I can apply a poultice to her wounds.
You guys have like you can start anything that takes like a minute or whatever you can do. Just a full short rest takes enough time that this dragon's definitely going to be here and have time to wreck some shit before you.
So, my friend, should we find a way to try to surprise said dragon? If it's able to be.
It is worth the effort, but it will be a race against time.
Yep.
Could he be lured here?
Tower?
You did say. And he holds up the mask. You did say he could be lured by this.
She kind of grins at that. Is there a spot we can face him at here at the tower?
He just frowns a bit in thought. He's like, I do not know. The tower itself is...
Protected?
It's difficult for... It would provide us protection, but we have little means to attack out of it.
You get 4d6 of healing, Dahlia.
Thank you.
You can see Iskander's actually thinking about it for a bit, then he eventually shakes his head. He's like, Lenithon, without the key, cannot approach the tower without passing through the maze itself. And he is and a dragon, and it is designed to not allow creatures such as dragons through. He could not get near us, and we would only be farther away from those you seem so interested in protecting.
Alright, so we have to at least go to a halfway point if we want to lure him in. Hey, Katniss, I do recommend that you lay low and wait for a shot when it gets close.
All right.
So, with that all said, you all able to exit the tower itself.
Bye, Firecrotch!
Hi, Firecrotch. But you're all able to exit the tower itself. You all able to make it out. You see that when you leave the tower, as you had seen before, there is the from this side of it. It looks as though it's just the tower, a single archway, that sort of like courtyard area where the sundial is, and from now, as before, when you saw it, this looks natural. It looks as though it's been out unprotected in the weather for 100 years. It's sort of overgrown with vines, and like the gold on it has sort of flaked aside, leaving mostly like the iron center of it visible. And then like that the exit to the south immediately leads to another arch that leads back into town. It's to a certain degree disorienting, but you all can see in the distance clouds of thunder. And I think actually this would be a good point to stop, because a dragon fight's going to take a while.
Agreed, and then we can think of a game plan.
Yes, so you all have precious little, but you have enough time to at least prepare yourselves for the dragon arrives. That said, I think this is a good point to stop for tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I hope you all had a very good time. I certainly did. I enjoyed sort of screaming as this Afridi character for a little bit.
Yeah, so she's like, I don't mean to antagonize you. What am I talking about? You're a liar and a racist. I love pushing your buttons. Okay, bye.
Hey.
Yeah.
Your Link Dogs would have like faded back into the Feywild by the time of the next.
Before they leave, she wanted to see if she could send a little note with them.
I will say that. What kind of note do you give to them?
Well, she was going to give a little note for Granny.
I'll say
just a little one.
Yeah, you can decide exactly what that note says later, but you quickly write one out, pass it to one of the dogs, who just like holds it like in their mouth. It's got a little bit of slobber on it, but when they vanish, you do notice that the note is gone. They don't disappear and leave the note behind. They seem to take it with them.
All right, peeps and creeps, we are going to be heading off for the night. It was a short session. Some of us weren't feeling too good, so at least we got to play.
Yeah.
Hey, there's also something else we gotta say. Hope you all had fun this evening. It was a wonderful day. You all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.
Happy Holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy second night of Hanukkah, and for those of you celebrating a little after Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa.
And
Yep.
Feliz Navidad from Taco John's.
Yeah.
Yep,
Also,
from the Crits4Breakfast crew.
also everyone gets
Navidad.
1,000 experience for resolving everything since the
Yay.
last. So you guys are getting there. You're getting more.
Get 'em
So
become
that
more
you got
powerful.
3,000 total on this session.
Wait, so we at the I might be wrong. Are we at 91,500?
I think so.
You guys,
I got 93,000.
You got 90. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
yeah,
I was like, oh shit, did I not add the last one? Okay.
so,
Yeah, I think you missed that last one.
yeah. You guys started this session gaining 2,000 experience.
Okay, I
You know it's the truth because I ain't added up to a level up.
Who should we raid if people are still here?
Everybody, if you have points, you can guide a raid. I will say this, fam. We have Shrub Arena and Tiamat online on my end of the spectrum.
Tiamat is usually pretty good.
But we haven't seen Shrub in a while.
We haven't. Shrub, what's Shrub playing?
Shrub's playing Dead by Daylight.
Oh, fun. And how do we spell Shrub Arena? Is it
Hold up,
/raid?
Yep, /raid, and then like Shrub Arena, so SHRUBB.
Alright. Good
Bye,
night,
peeps and
guys.
creeps.
Bye.
Everybody.
This was fun. Sorry, my womb hates me.
You're okay. Trust me, my body hates me tonight. But peeps and creeps, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Adios.
I believe we're doing. Luxu was in here. I didn't know that. Fam, we're doing the raid, right? All right. Yep.